Hello, pretty people. All the pretty people say hi, Jerusha. Let me know that you're in the building. Instagram is in the building. TikTok is in the building. And we're going to have a quick Q&A every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time in my private group. So if you're in my private group, you get to ask me a business question, and I will answer that question, teach on that subject, or answer you privately, but it's going down. So yes, so if you're joining me for the very first time, put newbie in the chat. Say, I'm a newbie. That just means you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. You are a newbie to me. Where my newbies at? Give me some snaps, newbies. Put newbie in the chat so I can speak back to you. And then, of course, if you watch the replay, put replay. But if you tag two people, if you tag two people or share the broadcast, you and I just became besties. Like we're best friends, girl. Sharing is caring. Let's do the doggone thing. Let's do it. And so, yes, if you are not in the business group, you can join us over here, business tips, motivation, and inspiration, because that's what you're going to get on this page. And so if you're like, what? I want to be a part of that group. Well, girl, come on over here. Yes, we would love to have you. And so that way you can ask some business questions. And so let me know if you already have a business, put business in the chat, say business, just put business. So I'll know how many people already have a business. And then if you want a business and your business isn't succeeding, like you have one, but it's not really working, like you just say you have it, but you haven't profited from the business, put yes. Put yes in the chat. Yes, I need a business that's working in my favor. And so right now, as you guys probably know, this is the gig economy. And so what that means is everybody has a side gig. Everybody has a side hustle. Everybody's trying to do something other than their traditional full-time job. And so if you are smart, you realize the economy is changing. Like things are changing. The way we do business is changing. We have social media now. We can reach more people. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I'll answer a business question as well, is you need to have a lot of connections. You need to make a lot of connections. And it's all about you building those relationships right now. And so it used to be you could just, go to networking events, and they probably still have those, right? I used to do it all the time. You can go to networking events and exchange business cards and meet people. Now you got to be on social media and you got to build an audience and you got to meet people here as well as if you're meeting them out and about. And so I built my business entirely offline for years. So I know a thing or two. And then I got online right before the pandemic. So if you're joining me, I'm Jerusha. Yes, business coach, motivational speaker, radio personality, social marketer, and I help people build their businesses online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. So if you want to be a double threat, hashtag double threat, I teach and I help you monetize and leverage social media because of my own struggle, because of my own pain. I was not online prior to the pandemic. And something said, get online. So I did some motivation in 2017 and 2018, but I wasn't bringing in profit. I was just posting and praying. And then I was like, how are people making money here? I didn't get it because I built a successful business for years offline. And so then I started investing in myself with courses and trainings and free classes, everything that I saw. Here's a business tip right here. Everything that I saw that I wanted to learn, I joined. I was like, all right, I need to be a part of that. And so I started learning these strategies because the people that I was working with in my industry was not online, right? And I was like, no, people are online. No. And so I started learning these things. And so now I teach how that's possible. So I'm excited to show you. And my hope is to shorten your learning curve. And so I've been an entrepreneur for over 17 years. I'm so excited for those that are jumping into the entrepreneur space and getting a side gig, right? So you can make that money, honey. And so you can create that residual income. So let's talk about it. And so, yes. So first of all, I usually have people text me throughout the week. Hey, can you answer this business question? And I like to make sure I honor the people that's in the group. So if you want to be a part of the group, come on over here to Business Tips, Motivation, and Inspiration group. So I did want to tackle this one question. And we should have someone coming on. I know she said she wanted to join me and she had a business question. So we'll wait till she comes on. And so listen to me. Write this down. Here's your business tip. Well, it'll be several business tips, but this is important, especially in this online space. Confidence comes from consistency. And so the reason why I was able to build an audience is I was consistent. I know you've heard other speakers, other influencers, other people's like consistency, and you're like, I just can't be consistent. Well, you open up social media every single day, so you can be consistent. You choose not to, right? So you can do it because the moment that you open up Instagram, TikTok, Reels, Facebook, you had a moment that you could have been posting, you could have been building relationships, you could have been doing it, but you chose not to. And so I just think it's a matter of switching the way that you're thinking about it. We typically do what's important to us first, yes or yes. Okay. So growing your network is never going to be a bad thing. And the more often you put yourself out there, you learn to network smarter. And so what I did when I was offline, I used to meet 50, 75 people a week, like their name and number, not just meet them, name and number every single week. And then we went on a sprint and I met 100 people every single week for like 90 days. So when I say you're growing your network, that means you're talking to lots of people. So socializing more also helps you. Write this down. Here's your business tip: to develop, number one, people skills. The more socializing you do online or offline, either one, I've done both. Okay. People skills. You don't get people skills by just studying. You get people skills by talking to the peoples. Okay. Number two, write this down. Pretty person's putting this in the chat for me. It's going to boost your confidence because when people say no, thank you, you have an overcoming objection. When someone blows you off, you know what to say. Like that comes from what? Okay. Your confidence level will boost. And like no means nothing to me. No, we're best friends. Like it's expected. And the third thing is self-esteem. Socializing more also helps you with your people skills. It boosts your confidence. And number three, it builds your self-esteem and it grows you as a person. So what I can tell you, when I was offline for years, it grew me as an individual because I was talking to complete strangers. Like I was meeting everybody. If you came to the door with Amazon, I'm talking to you. Like every single person I was talking to, getting names and numbers, 50, 75, 100 every single week, because I knew the more people that I network with, the more people that I talk to, the more success I could have. So here's what you can do now, since we're all somewhat online. Get out more, okay? Get out of your comfort zone a little bit more, a little bit more. Go into the groups, introduce yourself. Right there, I already scared somebody. I'm telling you how to get out of your shell, your bubble, the little square box that people put you in called a paycheck. The only reason that you need to get out there because you're the one want to build an online business, yes or yes. Okay. So you're going to go in the groups and you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to interact in the group. You're going to interact on fan pages of people that you love. You're going to interact in stories of people that you want to partner with, collaborate with, whatever. You're going to push until it happens for you. Okay. It didn't happen for me immediately. I told you I made all the mistakes possible over and over and over because I didn't know. Okay. The reason why we are where we are because we don't know what we don't know. You better write that down. So you push until it happens for you. Quitting is not an option. It wasn't on my calendar to quit. I don't love technology, but I knew I needed to learn it. Okay. So the doors of opportunity is called PUSH. Write this down. I'm gonna give you an acronym for PUSH. Persist until something happens. PUSH. Persist until something happens. Or, people say pray until something happens. Okay. Pray until something happens or persist until you keep pushing, right? So when I got online, I was like, all right, keep pushing, keep showing up, keep communicating, keep socializing, keep being yourself. I continue to push myself even when I didn't want to, okay? So follow your people. Key part of this in pushing, follow your people. And your people are people you want to be customers, you want them to be clients, or you just admire that person, you're learning from that person, you want them to be team members, and you want to be following those people. And I'm going to go to Instagram, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to Instagram, and I'm going to show you, you just follow the people. You learn from those people, you mimic those people. And then you, obviously, when you're mimicking somebody, you do it. Okay. And the third thing that I can tell you that's pretty important is connect with more like-minded individuals. If you're into knitting, Hang out with people that's into knitting. If you're into politics and that's what your page is about, hang out with people that's into politics. If you're into speaking like me, yes, you can book me as a speaker. If you have an event, at the link, you go to JerushaWiggins.com. I'm hanging out with speakers because I want to be on more stages. We're out of this pandemic. Let me get back on the stage. You know, I used to be on stage all the time. Like, I missed the stage, and I didn't realize that till I didn't have a stage. So I'm going to be following speakers and people that are on stages. If you are homeschooling, you're into homeschooling your kids, okay, follow people and things around homeschooling ideas and things like that. Connect with your people. It's easier to build rapport when you have something in common. And have you ever gone somewhere and you felt left out, like you went to an event? Now, I've gone to so many events, and this one event I went to, a business partner was supposed to go with me. They didn't show up. So I'm at this event and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to mingle, but these aren't my people at all, right? And so everyone in the room isn't someone you would hang out with, right? I was in this little group thing or whatever with these people, and I didn't think I liked anybody. And I was like, you know what? These aren't my people. And that's okay. So you want to make sure you find your people. So go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. So Jerusha said, I need to go where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated. And so, yes, you want to be around people that make you feel comfortable, that lift you up and all the things. And so because, yes, you make sense. Like, yes, Jerusha. Now, listen to me. If you want to be a part of this, no problem. I love to answer your question. So I answered her question about how do I get out and socialize? That's how I got out and socialized. I did those things to socialize with more people. I connected with the peoples. I made sure that I communicated with the peoples. I loved on the peoples all the time. And so, I got Miss Yvonne in the building. And so Yvonne is in my business group, Business Tips, Motivation, and Inspiration. And so she said, Jerusha, I got a business question. And so I'm like, all right, cool. And so I'm going to bring Yvonne on. She's going to ask me a business question. The one thing I love about my community, we're in all different businesses. And that's why I don't call a business name. I don't say a business product, because I want the person to learn. I want the person to grow. And so, yes. And so I'm going to bring on Yvonne. If you're in the group, you'll be able to see Yvonne in the building. And so she got a question from me. I can't wait. Hey, Yvonne, how you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. Hi, gorgeous.
Uh,
How you
Hi,
doing?
how are you? I'm doing wonderful. And yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. So, yes, let me know. How can I help you? What's your business question?
My question to you is how do you keep your energy behind the scenes so that you can keep your dreams going?
Oh, that's a very good question. She said for Instagram and TikTok, how do I keep my energy behind the scene to keep going? Right. First of all, that's a very good. People think that, I am an excited person when I'm on live, but that's because you guys make me excited, right? This is my jam. Behind the scenes, I have to motivate and inspire myself every day. I have to cheer for myself every day. Yes, I have a supportive family. Yes, but they're not coming to cheer me on every day. I have a team, they're not cheering me on every day, right? And so people think you got to be motivated to do something. Motivation comes and goes, right? So motivation is like taking a bath. You got to do that every single day. So you got to motivate yourself every single day. And so what I do is I listen to music, I dance, I run around, I scream, I holler. I'm like, all right, girl, you can get it. Come on, let's get it. I hype myself up to do the mundane. So even if I have to follow up, I don't like following up. That's not my greatest thing. I like connecting. I don't like the follow up. Now, I like meeting you. I'll meet you all day long. And that's why I liked when I was recruiting face to face. I liked the interaction with talking to the peoples and out in public. It was the follow up that's not the greatest for me. And that's why I'm teaching a follow up class actually for you guys that's coming up in February. And so behind the scenes, how I get myself motivated and excited and inspired is I play music. I talk myself into doing it. I really visualize. And so visualization is everything. I visualize myself being a multimillionaire. Like I just be like, oh, Jesus, not just I've done well over the years, but now I want to be able to leave generational wealth. And so I'll envision myself on stage. I'll envision myself, helping my parents in a way that's just they haven't even thought of. And that energy makes me want to work. So it's not the work itself. I think people think you got to be excited about the follow-up, excited about the callback. You don't. You got to be excited about the end results. Now, let me say this to you. You got to stay empowered in the process, right? You got to know the end from the beginning and stay empowered in the process. So the end goal is for my boys to have generational wealth. And as long as I'm thinking about the end goal, I can actually do the mundane. I can do the task. Because I'm like, boy, these boys about to be rich. The girl that get them, oh, shucks now. That right there gets me excited. Like they are not going to have to ask anybody for nothing because mama is putting it down. That right there, I psych myself up. I talk to myself all the time. My sons, they'll see me talk to myself like, what you thinking about? I'm thinking. I'm always, because you know what? This is the most powerful thing that you have. Whatever you can imagine is real. It's already real if you imagined it. If you can see yourself as number one, you can see yourself earning cars, trips, diamonds. You can see yourself not having to have a budget when you go shopping. You got to see all of those things. Like, what's a budget? You can see yourself going to dinner with friends and you're not cutting a check. Okay, you had 3 iced teas. You see yourself like, I got it. Nah, don't worry about it. I got the whole table. That feeling of what you can do to help more people is based on your daily task. Does that help you?
Yes.
Okay.
That is awesome.
Yes, it is based on you believing, man, I want to be able to, just like all of the situations that has happened, and you see families homeless and people asking for money just to eat. And you're like, I should be able to buy them a house and furnish it and put groceries in the refrigerator and get them started on some resources, because you don't want to just give people. You got to show them how to keep it because they'll lose it. Get them some resources and help in that kind of way. So if that's your thing, you got to think about doing it. You got to start looking at, man, who would I start with? And that energy, because energy is transferable in your work. And so I have to be excited to start the follow-up. I have to be excited to start, the first initial contact with people. I have to be excited to sell you the collagen. I have to be excited about it. And that's what gets me excited.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Yes, because the question was that mundane work that you do every day. That it's like it's not the best, but like you said, I love the connection, but it's that behind the scene energy to keep me going.
It's the behind the scene. And so many people just be like, I don't want to do it. And so this is the thing. I heard Inky Johnson, he's a speaker. I said, I follow speaker. And he said, the thing is, you have to stay excited long after the mood. No, he said you have to stay motivated or committed. That's the word. You have to stay committed long after the mood and the excitement has left. Because right now you're excited. Right now it's the end. You could do it, right? But you have to stay committed. And I say this all the time. Most people are just interested in success. They don't actually want real success, right? Like they're interested in it. They hope they get it, right? But you can't get it just on hope. You got to get it on the work, all right? And so, yeah, you got to stay committed to the process long after the mood and the excitement has left.
Okay.
So even after this, I got work to do. I got a little headache right here. Do I feel like doing it? I don't. I got to talk to 50 more people before tonight is over. Do I feel like that? I don't. But I know I got to do it. So that's it's not an option. Like I have to do it, because I can't say I want to help 100 families earn $100,000 and I don't do the task to help 100 people. Any other questions? I'll let you go, my dear. That was it.
That's all I have. Yes.
Well, I know
Thank
that
you.
you're going to do wonderful. And again, if you follow me, so I know this. A lot of time, what helps you also is, besides music and listen to motivational speakers and listen to all of that, is also your affirmations And if you do a daily word, if you do a prayer, like whatever your belief is, sometimes that energy makes you also work. So I would certainly challenge you to say your affirmations out loud. Say it, record it, say it out loud, scream it, whatever you need to do to get you in a space that you want to do it. Like, I just like I didn't want to work out this morning. I was like, oh. But I know I like the results of working out.
Mm-hmm.
That's like everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody don't want to die like that. All right, beautiful. So I so appreciate you. Anything that I can do, let me know. So I will answer any other business questions. So I appreciate you, Yvonne. Enjoy your night.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. So hopefully that helped you guys as well. And so I am available for your questions, especially if you are in network marketing, direct sales, social retail, or a small business, because I have built a business successfully for years. And then I transitioned to a new business that's 100% online. And so I have both experiences, and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still, ready, right, to help other people get to the top, because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. And so if you're in my group, you can ask me any business question. You are amazing. Oh, appreciate you. You are amazing too. Machetta in the building. Yes, Denise is in the building. Angel in the building. You both look beautiful. Okay, a Facebook user. So if you have a business question and you're in the group, you can put the question in the chat, or you can message me privately and I can have you come on and you can ask the business question. But I so appreciate your time. Thank you so much for following. If you have a team, get your team in here, because you don't want to win by yourself. You want your team to win too. Yes or yes. So I'm going to be doing a follow-up training. And so you'll be able to register for that follow-up training. It's going to be in February. And again, it's going to be lunch money. So it's the cost a little bit, like $17. And so I think you guys can get that, right? And so we're going to do a training on follow-up, because you're going to be socializing with so many people and meeting so many people that you got to learn how to follow up. And that follow-up ebook will be included in the training. So you'll be able to get that follow-up ebook as well. And just understand, you guys, wherever you are, it's okay. You can decide right now. Indecision is a decision. So decide, I'm going to go ahead and start my business. I'm going to go ahead and start my YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and start my podcast. Just make the decision and understand you are already a winner. Winning is not always when you're on top. Winning is sometimes making it to the next day. Winning is sometimes deciding to keep moving and rejoicing in your own personal victory. You are a winner. Understand, don't you let anybody tell you differently. You are a winner right now. So I want to see your beautiful faces every Tuesday at 1:30. Every Tuesday at 1:30, I am going to be here on my Lunch and Learn. I'll be on my Lunch and Learn. So make sure that you are on my Lunch and Learn every Tuesday at 1:30. I puts it down on yes. I appreciate you too. This girl said to me, and I'll let you go. This girl said to me, she said, I don't know how you do it. You come on, you're excited. You know what? I just told you, I make myself excited. I live in my own world. And I said to her, I said, I live in Makeville. And she said, where is that? I said, it's in my head where I make things happen. I make believe. You remember when you were small, you make believe. I make myself believe I'm already there. I make myself do what I don't want to do all the time. I make up the outcome. I make up situations. I live in Makeville. So whatever you can imagine is real. So who else wants to live in Makeville? That's where your success is. It's a fantasy. It's part fantasy. Winning, yes, it's in your head. You won today. You showed up, right? If you have a pulse, you have a purpose. You are winning. Who else is going to start living in Makeville? Put Makeville in the chat. Say, I live in Makeville. Somebody ask you, girl, how you do it? I live in Makeville. Say, me and Jerusha live in Makeville. I live there. I'm always in a fantasy. I'm always thinking. I'm always in my head. And it's positive thoughts, obviously, right? So Makeville is a positive place. Come on, join me over here in Makeville. Say, Jerusha, put hashtag Makeville. You are a winner. Yes, you are. So enjoy your night. I appreciate your time. Yes, you make it happen. Makeville. Yes, I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I see you on the page. Good night.